Divination is the fusion of predicting and envisioning your life. Take a look at yesterday, the week before, or your life so far. Chances are the future is more of the same. The issue isn't predicting, but not liking what you see. Vision is the act of shaping the future according to your desires. Change yourself, and then you can craft a vision and bring it to life. It doesn't matter what fate the stars hold for you. What matters is what you planned, envisioned, and destined yourself. Grab the reins. Does what you envision align with your candid prediction? Keep adjusting your vision and prediction until you're genuinely excited about your future. Divining your future isn't a passive act of waiting for fate to unfold. It's a dance, an active, conscious, and deeply fulfilling process. You're not only divining your future, you're divining who you are. Leading a life is different from simply letting it happen to you. If you're stuck in your everyday routine and mindset, letting life happen can help you break free. However, if you're always reacting to unexpected events and chasing the next shiny, alluring thing, you won't be able to discover and achieve what you truly desire. Thrown around like a pinball, your life is led for you. Self-discipline helps delay gratification, so you can lead your own life. Self-discipline also empowers you to overcome obstacles and move mountains to get what you truly want. Then, you can go with the flow of your own creation. The most important thing is to envision and lead your life to become who you truly want to be. Loving yourself first is the key to a fulfilled life. If you love yourself, you will also be able to truly love others. But does it mean they will love you back? Well, no, not necessarily. Expectations can be a bit of a trap. People will be whoever they want to be and do whatever they want, so trying to force them is pretty useless. What you can do is love yourself, love others, and shine the way by leading through example. It's important to note that this benefits you the most, so light your path for your own sake, not because of what impression it leaves on others. Your love makes you powerful and allows you to be your truer self. If others happen to enjoy that light too, or find it useful, then so be it. Not being loved is not your fault. Everyone has their own thoughts, lives, and emotions, and sometimes we have no capacity left for anything else. Life can be tough, and the pressures of life can crush and break you. Broken individuals have to find themselves again, put the pieces together, and learn to love again. People can give too much of themselves to things like jobs, hobbies, or other people, and then they get burned out. Most people are also confused about their own thoughts, feelings, the society around them, and generally the life they're going through. This jumbles up their ability to love themselves and others. As you see, human beings are self-absorbed, broken, burned out, and confused. You can stop blaming yourself for not being loved by others. It has nothing to do with any of your faults, so cut yourself some slack. Feeling stupid is the first step to improving. The secret is to be stupid in cycles, as part of an iterative process. The more you learn, you face more of the unknown, and the stupider you feel. When facing the unknown, the most useful thing is to break it down until it becomes manageable. Don't try to gulp down the unknown all at once. One after the other, take right-sized bites of the parts that have most nutritional value at a pace which suits you. Use the smaller successes to establish a positive feedback loop, and use that to gain confidence and propel yourself toward larger successes and failures. It really doesn't matter where you start, as long as you start somewhere. Ask questions. Embrace feeling stupid. A pretty wise thing is to actually enjoy being stupid and find meaning and fulfillment and maybe even a bit of enlightenment in it. Facing the unknown can be very humbling. When it is so humbling that we get embarrassed by it, that's where feeling stupid comes from. A useful defense mechanism for this case is to make our world smaller, so we see less of the unknown and then it's no longer so scary. The feeling of being stupid gets pushed into the subconscious, and the conscious mind can go back to feeling safe and smart. If a predator is chasing you in the woods, feeling smart and having the ability to make any decisions is much better than standing there paralyzed by fear. Unfortunately, in the modern world, we often get addicted to feeling smart and safe. So anytime we encounter the unknown, we just shrink our world instead. Some people take this to the extreme. They make their world very small so they can be the smartest in it. In the context of learning, knowledge is how much, intelligence is how fast, and wisdom is how useful. Knowledge means doing the legwork and spending time and energy to gather a lot of puzzle pieces. Intelligence is about setting aside the ego and facing the unknown with eagerness, which allows you to move the puzzle pieces around faster. Wisdom means spending time self-reflecting on what you actually want, as this will allow you to efficiently pick the exact puzzle pieces you need. For example, if you're knowledgeable but not intelligent, it means you memorized a thick textbook without understanding any of it. If you're intelligent but not wise, you effortlessly learn things which bring no use or enjoyment to you. If you're wise but not knowledgeable, you're good at choosing between two bad choices because you were too lazy to go out and get more choices instead. It is important to distinguish between failing and being a failure. When we experience a lot of failure, we tend to integrate it into our own identity, and then we feel like failure is here to stay. Though the common factor in all the failing you experience is you, failure shouldn't be a state of being. There's no need to internalize and dig the hole deeper. As long as you learn from it, each failure is a stepping stone that gets you closer to success. Even if you feel like a failure now, that doesn't have to be who you are in the future. Failure graciously provides you with the opportunity to discover more about yourself and grow beyond your limitations. The pain and discomfort are a reminder that you're still alive, so keep trying until your very last breath. It's best to think of failure as a process which inevitably results in success. However, we usually think of success and failure as two possible end results instead. Or worse, we think of a person who is either successful or a failure. We do this because it's generally useful to us. It simplifies things and provides mental distance and a degree of objectivity. Yet in the context of our own lives, the processes are long-running, subjective, and with hazily defined goals. It doesn't make sense to stop just because we failed at some tiny thing. Of course, we are allowed to change course when we change our minds. That doesn't mean our efforts thus far have been wasted. We learned from them. At the very least, we learned that the goal we previously had is not something we desire any longer. We keep moving the goalposts, and that is good so. Each time there's an outcome which we perceive as failure, this incurs a certain emotional shock. Overcoming the shock of our limitations is how we bridge the past with the present and how we grow. It can be quite useful to step back, recuperate, and look at things more objectively from a greater emotional distance. Conversely, it can also be quite useful to get close and personal to learn faster and enjoy it more, even though the emotional damage may hit like a truck. If a lot of damage has piled up and simply resting is not enough to heal it, doing some kind of emotional release will help you regain control over the emotional distance. Crying, shouting out, or engaging in physical activities are good and efficient options. In the long term, the best option is to make emotional release into a habit by incorporating it into your exercise routine or taking up a sport.